Here's a scene that happens in movies all the time that never, ever, ever would happen in real life. It's the scene where the person who's struggling with their life, they need a little guidance, and it's 3 a.m. So what do? They go into a church. The church is empty, and this is when they decide they're going to use it to either ask God for help or to curse out God. That's the other thing that happens. All of this happening in the wee hours of the night. Now, the reason this is a complete fantasy, it's a fantasy, is I go by a church all the time on my walks and stuff. And occasionally I get in the mood where I'm like, I'm just going to walk in there. Maybe I need a little pep. Maybe I need a little inspiration. I get up to the doors and I'm like, here we go. God damn it. Locked again. 99% of the time I spontaneously walk up to a church door. And it doesn't matter what church. It's not just this church. It's all churches. Closed. Locked. Lock and key. They might as well put the fucking chains around it. Really just send the ominous message of, we don't want your kind here. The faithful. Hey, listen. We understand you're in need and you want guidance from God, but you better do it on our business hours, which are, 10 to noon on Sunday. We have a night sermon on Wednesdays, 5 to 6. And then if you want the Spanish version, Thursdays from 7 to 8. Otherwise, you can fuck off. That's what I'm getting from the church. And, as I'm doing this with the doors, I'm like, God, please let me in. I need to talk to you. I always thought like that would be the best time for God to perform a miracle that would be small enough that I couldn't go running around to my friends telling everyone about it. Right? Like, if suddenly he opened the doors, it would be a miracle of sorts. But I couldn't run around like, guys, you're never going to believe it. The doors were locked. I asked God to let me in, and then they just opened up. Because your friends would go, did they though? Or maybe the doors were just stuck. No, guys, you don't understand. I went into the church, and some of the candles blew out. Clearly a sign from God. If you told me that when you went in the church, the candles that were unlit caught on fire, now I would say, yeah, definitely a sign from God. But the candles blew out probably from you opening the door that was obviously just stuck. So I don't see any miracles here at all, really. And as a side, I like to ask people that have passed on for signs. And my favorite one is, if you're here, blow out this candle. And I do it while I'm waving my hands around too. I'm like, if you're here, please blow out this candle. And about 50% of the time, they give me that sign I'm looking for. So why do churches do this? Why are they all under lock and key most of the time? And I'm sad to tell you that the reason is because humans are terrible. And they know that if they leave it open 24/7, it will be 100% vandalized. They know that. They know it because it's happened. And that's what's led every church to lock their doors. Because they leave it open. They know somebody's going to steal the iron nails from the way too realistic Jesus. They're going to steal them so they can sell them for a little bit of cash, along with all the catalytic converters that they've stolen on the way. They know they leave the doors open. Somebody's going to take a shit in the pool of holy water you use to baptize children. It has happened and it will happen. And they said no more. They know at the very least, it'll be overrun with homeless people. Which is ironic. That they don't want. They come in the morning like, hey, what's this about? Oh, hey, buddy, get up. You can't stay here. No, I know we preach give to the needy, take care of the poor, or whatever, but no, we don't mean, you can go to a soup kitchen. We don't mean you can spend the night in our church. I mean, if you need somewhere to sleep, that's why God invented laundry mats. But you can't stay here. God, this whole place stinks. I'm going to have to pull out that little incense ball, not even for ritual, just to keep me from throwing up, quite frankly. You guys smell like shit. Get. God damn it. Who fucking took the cross nails from Jesus again? We really should probably just use plastic nails or maybe stick them up there with some Velcro or something. Yeah. Or maybe we'll just lock the doors, and then people like David Dravanak who want a little salvation, who aren't exactly faithful, because I'm not religious, but, if there was a chance for me to turn the tide, you just squashed that, church. And the vandalism is real also because one of the things that it makes me laugh is when I drive by nativity scenes in front of churches that are missing the key elements to the nativity scene. Like, wait, I see Joseph, I see Mary, I see the wise men, I see the animals. Where's baby Jesus? Oh, you had to lock him up because people steal it? Oh, right. So even the church knows, like, we can't even leave that. And who's stealing the baby Jesus? It can't be religious people. It can't be someone like, I love God so much, I just have to have the baby Jesus in my house. Because I think even a religious person, if you said to them, hey, I'll pay you $1 million. And they're like, I'm listening. All you have to do is steal the baby Jesus. They go, fuck you. No fucking way. I knew it was you, Satan, trying to tempt me. I knew it was you because of your pompadour and and a grown man wearing capris. I should have known. Ain't your tail and your horns. No way I'm doing that. So whoever's stealing the baby Jesus probably isn't even religious at all, which then, why? What are you doing with it? Are you putting it on your mantle like it's big game? Hey, Bob, look, I finally got it. Over my mantle, my fireplace, the baby Jesus. Yeah, years and years I've been trying to get this thing, man. But finally it happened. Yeah. I'm big time now. I got, years of just getting the Joseph. And I bring it back here and I'm just unsatisfied. So is that who's doing it? And also, here's the reason why baby Jesuses and churches are getting vandalized and baby Jesuses are getting stolen is because of this new God. This new God who's all about forgiveness and turn the other cheek. Of course you're going to get all your stuff stolen. What we need is the Old Testament God. We need him. Because I guarantee you, if the Old Testament God was still around, he'd be smoting the shit out of these people doing all this stuff. Yeah, you try and steal the baby Jesus, old God, he turns you into a pillar of sand. Yeah, you don't mess with the Old Testament God. At the very least, he would make baby Jesus into like a glitter bomb, which would just be hilarious. The guy, the heathen who's stolen the baby Jesus. Maybe it's him and his stupid buddies, and they're like, aha, we got baby Jesus. Aha. Boom! Glitter everywhere. And the finest of glitter you could find, because it's God. Yeah. And it would get into your car instruments and all your electronics. Just the car would just shut down. Cost you $1,000 to fix it. Not to mention months later, you're still finding glitter all over the place. That's what I would do if I was Old Testament God. And even New Testament God. Go ahead, make baby Jesus into a glitter bomb. It would be hilarious. And then maybe 1 out of 100 people might actually say, that was something. That really turned the tide. That made me change the way I think about God. You know what? Thank you, God. Thank you for the lesson. I'm going to change my ways, and I'm going to talk to you right now. What the fuck? Why is this place locked?